I bow to all the seekers of truth. As Dr. Warren has told you that the blossom time has come. You could never have found so many seekers on this earth, say even before 50 years. Suddenly so many seekers have been born who are seeking something beyond. They are not satisfied with rationality, with materialism, with all the ideologies given by the people who talk that we should be satisfied with ourselves as far as matter goes or as far as mental projection is concerned. They want to know that there must be something beyond. And thus we find there is a great shopping center that has opened, especially in your country, of all those people who think they can supply us. That is one of the signs which were described even by Christ. Of course, in our country, there are books and books written about those people who will come here as fake people and take full advantage of your seeking. Now the problem with the Western mind is this, that it does not understand the dangers of getting into all kinds of things. And that is why they are really lured into things where they should not have been. And they have no knowledge also, in a way, what to expect of themselves. When they are seeking, what should we expect? What should happen to us? What is the criteria that we are realizing? Which is the way we can find out that we have got our realization. As it is, there is so much of book knowledge. The words, as Shankaracharya calls it Shabda Jalam, the net of words. And people get lost in those words. The books are there, the words are there, and the people start thinking that by reading these books or by understanding them mentally, or some of them think by remembering by heart, they will achieve their realization. That means realization is only for people who are able to read. What about the people who cannot read? Are they not going to evolve? Perhaps they are going to evolve much faster than the people who can read, because they have no complications in their heads. They are simple, straightforward people. I have seen the example of that in India. Not only that, but they are very sensitive. Because they live with the Mother Earth, they are extremely sensitive. They know a thug, they know a cheat, they know a hypocrite, and they know the reality. While where people live with artificialities, with artificial love, it's impossible for them to judge what is real and what is artificial.
Mataji says, somehow I am put there, see, for this job. So if this is my job, one enlightened light can enlighten another light. It is not necessary to feel like, why mother is the first? It could be you, but he chose me somehow. I don't know what happened to him that he thought I would be the best to do this job. Maybe I have too much patience with people, perhaps, maybe. Or I have too much love, maybe that. I don't know what it is that decided him that I should take up this upon myself. But you should know that there's somebody who really, really loves you well. And so that I can see that spirit within you, I can see it. You don't see, but I see that star sparkling. And that's why I've worked day in and day out, that you should see that, you should feel that, and you should get your own powers, said Srimataji in 1981.
All these things will come to you automatically when there is light. Just be quiet. All of you are going to get it. That is being ordained. That is being arranged, organized very well within you, beautifully. As in a seed, everything is arranged to create a tree. It's arranged within you. But you have to be together, work it out, understand each other. And this group grows in that understanding, in collectivity, and creates a nucleus for others to follow it. So there should be no problem for you to understand that it is a special grace. Because you are special, maybe I am also special. And special people needed somebody special, so I had to come down here. Let's have it in a mutual admiration way. Will be a good idea. There is no need to feel obliged because I have to do it. I feel loaded with it. And I feel lighter when you get it. Like a mother, I tell you, sometimes I have to be stern. I know the job of a mother. You need not be afraid of me at all. I know everything about you, somehow. Like we had one Douglas with us, and I suddenly asked him, what about your birthday? He was taken aback. He didn't know he's sitting here. How I knew that his birthday was there. And he really had a rebirth from the life he had. And when I said, he said, how do you know, Mother? I said, I know. What about your birthday? And I went to his house, saw him. So overjoyed to see him settle down. It is amazing how your seed grows and how fragrant you become. May God bless you all.
the ancient land of India, a land once divided amongst warring kings and princes, a land troubled over centuries by the occupation of foreign powers, until in the middle of the 20th century, India achieved independence and freedom from those who had ruled her for 300 years. India achieved her birthright of freedom. One of the young leaders of this campaign for political freedom was a medical student now known as Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who has since that time dedicated her life to another kind of freedom, the freedom of the spirit, through self-realization and the practice of Sahaja Yoga.
It's your birthright as a human being to become the spirit. That is what Sahaja Yoga is. Saha means with and Jai is born. Born with you is the right. To get this yoga is the union with the divine. It is your birthright. As a human being, you are, as I told you, at the epitome of evolution. And it has to work out. But please open your hearts and open your minds.
The unique experience of self-realization takes place when the primordial energy, called Kundalini, is correctly awakened by someone who has already experienced and mastered their own self-realization. Sri Mataji has explained that the Kundalini is the power of our spiritual ascent, found in the triangular bone at the base of the spine called sacrum by the Greeks. It is the power of our pure desire. When awakened, the Kundalini rises spontaneously through 6 subtle centers called chakras. The Kundalini then emerges through the fontanella bone area at the top of the head, emitting a cool breeze that can be felt there as well as on the hands. In her desire to offer self-realization to mankind through Sahaja Yoga, Sri Mataji constantly travelled the world.
I'm not here to take anything from you,
Yo no he venido aquí a tomar nada de ustedes,
nor for a vote from you. I'm not a politician.
y tampoco he venido a hablar porque yo no soy una política.
I'm here to give you the key of your own wealth.
Und sie entdecken ihre eigene Ruhm und den ihres Nachbarn.
There's a big inner revolution that is coming up,
Es ist eine fantastische innere Evolution, die aufsteigt,
which is silent, joyous,
die ruhig ist, friedvoll.
and is going to change the whole humanity.
Und sie wird die ganze Menschheit verändern.
Когда так много ленинградцев мгновенно, одновременно получили реализацию.
This was the dream of Lenin,
И это была, можно сказать, в этом была мечта Ленина,
who was a realized soul himself,
который, если вы не знаете, также был человеком
that
реализованным.
he wanted to have stateless state.
И его идея об отмирании государства в государстве...
Those who have felt cool breeze in their hands or from their head, please raise both your hands, please. So many. May God bless. डोक्याच्या वर अदांत्री धरा अदांत्री. ज्या लोकांच्या हातात किंवा डोक्यात थंड थंड असं वाटत असेल किंवा काहीतरी अशी ऊर्जा वाहते असं वाटत असेल त्या सगळ्यांनी दोन्ही हात वर करायचे. अशा गर्दी आल्यास वाटलं त्या सर्वांनी दोन्ही हात वर करायचे दोन्ही.
Sri Mataji was born in 1923 in the very centre of India, near the town of Nagpur.
Actually, I was born like this, in a very enlightened family, I should say. My father was a very enlightened man, and he was member of the assembly, Central Assembly. He was the member of the Constituent Assembly.
It was her father who took her to see Gandhi when Sri Mataji was a young girl. Gandhi recognised something unique in her and suggested that the child spend some time with him at the ashram, where she became a frequent visitor over the years. At the end of the 90s, the crowds who came to her public programs numbered in their thousands. But when Sri Mataji started teaching Sahaja Yoga in India back in 1970, it was only with a mere handful of people. Then, in 1973, Sri Mataji went to live in London. Her husband, Mr., now Sir C.P. Srivastava, had been elected Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, an agency of the United Nations. One of the effects of Kundalini awakening through Sahaja Yoga has been to help people with all kinds of serious addictions, such as drugs and alcohol, and illnesses such as diabetes and cancer. Impressive results have attracted the attention of the medical profession. Dr. David Spiro is a general practitioner in London who has studied the application of Sahaja Yoga as a form of treatment and who has seen many cures for a variety of problems and a marked increase in the general good health and well-being of people who practice Sahaja Yoga.
I've been involved with Sahaja Yoga and the work of Sri Mataji for about the past 10 years. In India, there's been some scientific studies which have shown the physiological effects of Sahaja Yoga as a form of meditation, and some other studies on two particular illnesses, asthma and hypertension, which have shown very interesting results. They've shown, for example, much larger drops in blood pressure than have ever been demonstrated before by any other form of relaxation or meditation.
People around the world have been finding that the awakening of the Kundalini and the practice of Sahaja Yoga have helped to solve a wide variety of problems of all kinds. Now, at the beginning of the 21st century, Sahaja Yoga is being practiced in some 70 countries.
They have all combined together, integrated together, so peaceful. They have lost all these conditionings of their so-called man-made religions or their man-made boundaries of nations and man-made ideologies. The way there are so many political changes taking place, so dramatically and so fast, one should expect a very beautiful world.
Shri Mataji says, I used to write poetry. I'm very fond of nature, but then I told myself you have to do work for Sahaja Yoga. If you take to poetry, they'll all call you a poetess, and I don't want to have any such position to be a poetess and all that. I gave it up, and I was a very good sportswoman. I used to play things, I used to be first in every sort of game, and I had championship. This and that, I gave it up. Whatever I did, I used to get into it. I studied medicine. I stood in the first at the whole university. I gave it up. Why? Because I'm the primordial mother and I have to do the job of awakening the primordial nature, the Dharma within human beings. And that's what I have to do and nothing else. But for that, I don't do anything. I am Nishkriya. I don't do anything. Really, I don't do. It is done by the nature, done by Sri Ganesha, Vishnu, Mahesha, everybody. They are doing it. All of them are related to me and they have a tremendous protocol, tremendous respect.
I used to write poetry, very fond of nature. But then I told myself you have to do work for Sajo. If you take to poetry, they'll all call you a poetess. I don't want to have any such position to be a poetess or all that. So I gave it up. And I was a very good sportswoman. I used to play things. I stood first in every sort of game. And I had championship, this, that. I gave it up. Whatever I did, I used to get into it. I studied medicine. I stood in the first in the whole university. Gave it. Why? Because I am the primordial mother. And I have to do the job of awakening the primordial nature, the dharma within human beings, and that's what I have to do, and nothing else. But for that I don't do anything. I mean, I am Nishkriya, I don't do anything. Really I don't do. It's done by the nature, done by Sri Ganesha. Vishnu, Mahesha, everybody, they are doing it. But then what is the relationship? The relationship is, they are all in my body and they are all bound by their own dharma. And they act. This is the relationship. Spontaneous, automatic, like a built-in relationship. For example, the fan is built-in. So as soon as you put the button, it starts moving. It's like that. All of them are related to me. And they have a tremendous protocol, tremendous respect, that if I say anything, they will not finish it. See, this thing is that very, very deep thing that I am telling you, that you are a human being. That is, there is built-in within you are your dharmas. And if you go against your dharma, then you will be finished. They are all built in within you. They are all there, potentially. I hope you'll understand how important it is to be aware of your restrictions within yourself. So thank you very much, all of you. May God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining tonight. As you know, during the classes and events and every day when we meditate together, we listen to Shimataji's talks, but we wanted to share some other aspects, the closeness, the togetherness that Shimataji offered to Sahaja Yogis, the wisdom, the sweetness, seeing Shimataji playing Tampura, crying when she was overwhelmed with the love that she received from all of us, as we were always overwhelmed by her ways of love. So, as always, we open. You can unmute yourself if you want to provide any feedback, and also we can take a few more moments. I mean, the entire session was really a meditation, a profound meditation, and togetherness with Shimata Ji. If anyone feels to open their heart in any ways, that would be wonderful. We are really gathered together in her name, and it would be nice to open our hearts to each other, to what we feel. As well, if anyone has a special memory to share, those that met Shimataji, or even if you felt that closeness when you meditate, you can be very new to Sahaja Yoga, but you might already have established a connection with Shimataji. So just follow the heart, nothing else. Thank you.
Good morning or good evening, everyone, depending where you are. I want to thank you for this beautiful, just beautiful program with Srimataji's words, literally at every moment, at every turn, was surprising, and there were bursts of vibrations within me. And It's a very nice turnout today. Nice to see you all. Welcome, everyone. And I really enjoyed every moment. And I was singing in between the songs. I was singing them to myself because I enjoyed them so much. So just to keep the vibrations going. Thank you for everything. And Jai Shri Mataji.
Good morning. Thank you for a beautiful program. Thank you for all the Shrimataji angels that put this program together. It was beautiful, beautiful. Even when she asked Italian yogi, how come they quiet? He said in Italian, because we are very emotional to be in her presence. It was magnificent. I just have no words. I love you all. Have a great day. Thank you again and again.
Dear ones, just so you know, on the actual day, February 23rd, we have scheduled one of our regular weekly classes, and we will have then as well a very special event, and we will play some of the knowledge shared here by Shrimataji with everyone from our classes. You are free to join then as well. We will announce it, of course. But if anyone would like to share anything, even any experience around that time, that year, that would be great. And I also ask somebody from our team if you can share on the chat. We have a link in which we put together experiences, dreams of yogis from our region, and I think a few from UK. Exactly that. I wouldn't say premonition, but they felt such connected with Shrimataji, and it was like Shrimataji really said goodbye to every one of us at the time. So we can take a few more minutes for what we always call Sahaj family time. We are drenched in vibrations and we can feel each other. So let's take a few more minutes if anyone feels to share. No pressure. Thank you.
Thank you for a beautiful program. Thank you for all the Sahaj angels that put this program together. I have no words. It was magnificently done. And I do remember before Shrimataji passed, I have a dream. She came in my dream and gave me a hug. And I remember being on her chest. And I was thinking, oh my God, I am too heavy for her to be hugged so tight. And that's how she passed. She said goodbye to all of us. Thank you. Have a great day. I love you all.
So beautiful. Thank you, Carmela. And thank you, Anjali, for sharing that link. Everyone can look at the chat and just click on that link. You can have it. It's really very special collection. Just hearts, string of hearts, loving hearts for Shrimataji. If anyone else would feel from the heart to share.
Good morning. I wanted to say it was a beautiful program, and in love and appreciation for Sri Mataji and for the meaning of everything she did for us, I think the best way to honor her would be to try ourselves to be our best and live by her message. That's all.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. It's amazing to watch this and listen to this. But I admit seeing Sri Mataji cry, even though it was, tears of joy, made me cry. I felt sad at that time. So human and so beyond humanity and such an evolution. So thank you very, very much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, everyone. Again, it's time to say goodbye. You can also contact us if you want so. And as mentioned earlier, of course, on Sri Mataji's what we call Mahasamadhi Day on the February 23rd at 7 p.m. Toronto, New York time. That might be very early, might be morning on the other side of the world, but we will be with Sri Mataji and feel Sri Mataji and share it with the beginners, many of those that never met Sri Mataji in person. Thank you. Thank you so much for honoring you, our sisters and brothers from around the world during this program. Jai Shri Mataji.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you very much, Ioana.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Program. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Mataji.
drenched in your sorrow. And if you need someone to save you, you will find me here. You will find me here, singing songs again, singing till the clouds will disappear. The clouds will disappear. The clouds will disappear. The clouds will disappear. They will disappear.